Welcome to Mr. Foy's Easel. Today I'm going to do one of my favorite exercises, and that is, guess what? Funny faces. And cartoonists, exaggerate facial features like noses. Some of them have a nose like that, and others are kind of fat like that. Some of them are sharp. Well, let's put the rest of these faces on, and you'll see even more exaggeration. The smile and the teeth, and the scrawny neck, and oversized ears, and really goofy expressions. And sometimes when I'm undecided at this point about the hair, I'll just do something like that, unruly hair sticking up. Okay, and little lines like that add to the to the guy's face. Now this guy's got a kind of an elephant, snorty looking nose, and that line comes down by his mouth, and he's got a funny chin and jaw. He's got a funny looking ears too, and he's a cantankerous, that is, ill-tempered dude. Looks as if he's ready to pick a fight. Well, this one right here, a sharp nose, he could punch a hole in the wall if he ran into it. And very, very pleasant, with huge glasses and a kind of goofy expression. He's got a more of a normal haircut than the first one. His spectacles were too big too long for the width of his head, so it stick out way back on the back of his ear. Well, what about this lady here? I'm gonna draw her hair first, and an ear, and the top of her hair, and then rather droopy eyes and a funny nose, but a pleasant expression. She's just happy to be here, ready to entertain guests, I suppose. My next one is a fellow who's confused about something. Don't know what, but when you draw a cartoon character that's confused, you do his eyebrows up kind of like that. That could also be worried. Let's say he's a driver and he took the wrong roundabout in Conway and he's got lost. Cartoonists sometimes put question marks over the head of a confused cartoon character. Well, let's continue on now. A lot of my characters don't have much of a chin, but sometimes they have a supersized chin, not the big nose. Now this expression is what you might call smug. He looks like he thinks everything is going his way. And anyway, that's my interpretation of it. He's got hair is a little bit better managed than the dudes on the top row there. Let's have somebody that's not quite so grotesque, like this young lady here. I'm not exaggerating very much on her. In fact, she looks almost normal, and she's got a pretty good head of hair. Well, comes to characters, sometimes I like to draw a little youthful character, a little kid like this. Maybe he's thinking about an ice cream cone or something. Anyway, he has a kind of a happy glow. Often I draw characters with whiskers that go down quite a ways, and a nose, and a mouth with only one tooth. And to make the character more distinctive, you put an old backwoods hat on him like that. You might see a character like this in a cartoon about feuds, you know, back in the hills. Well, sometimes you achieve a sense of laughter if you use not only hats like these, but hats that used to be in style but aren't any longer. Like this guy here. Got on one of those hats that a lot of men wore many years ago. And speaking of hats, I like to draw caps on my characters. Sometimes I draw the cap first, make it kind of leaning back over his head. This is a profile view, just a side view. And he needs a haircut. The hair is sticking out from under his cap. And then there's the sailor. The best known sailor on the cartoon is Popeye, so I'm stealing here. This is not my character. It's one of the oldest cartoon characters dating back to at least to the 1930s. Now, I like to start with the glasses sometimes and then put heavy eyebrows over them. This might be a stereotype of the so-called mad scientist. You know, you run across these in the more serious comic books like Superman, but also in the animated cartoons you see on daily television. Okay. Sad characters are drawn like this. You use the eyes and the turned down mouth to show he's not having a good day. Could be he's just sleepy, but could be sad as well. Mustaches are fun to draw. I could draw like that and then put a mustache just right up under his nose and then a long neck. And a turned up cap. I don't have enough females. Let's put another female on there. sharp nose this time, and long hair. And an elderly person is, you can put the expected wrinkles and snowy white hair and kind of a aged and worn down appearance. I want to put a little color on some of these as long as I have time to show you how you can jazz them up with your color crayons. I take a regular red pen and don't bear down too much. Now this goofy guy here has kind of got a pale expression. I mean pale skin, I mean. And to offset that pallor, put work in a little orange like that. Like to make him a redhead. Makes his skin, he looks mad, so I want to give him a little bit more of a reddish face. He's angry about something. Give him a black derby hat. This here is just hasn't been out in the sun all that much. I see some. We have here something of a blonde-haired lady. And this guy over here is let's see what we can do here. Color up his hat. Oh, backwoods dude here. And a rosy-cheeked youngster. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll leave the rest of these characters uncolored. You can use your imagination to suppose just how they look. This is Mr. Force signing off.